Hello, welcome to another DBN video. Today's video is all about fighting a famous battle fought on the 2nd of May 1813, and that's the Battle of Lutzen. And we're going to fight the first few hours of the battle, which was the stand by Marshal Ney and his 3rd Corps against the attacking Allied Corps of Marshal Blucher. And that's the aim of today's video. I've got my good friend Mark who'll be playing against me in today's game, and it is a short game played on a 2-foot by 2-foot board in the classic DBN quick game style. And what we're going to do now is have a quick look at the battlefield. I'll talk to you about the battlefield, have a quick look at the troops, and then we'll get the troops on the table and we'll have a cracking little game today to show you. Thank you. Okay, here we have the battlefield of Lutzen, and directly in front of you there is the 3 famous villages from the battle. First of all, this is due north. Up here, this is the north, that's the south. The French are defending this area here, and the Allies, the Prussian and Russian Allies, are coming on from that side there. Okay, there are 3 villages here. One, Großgorschen, Kleingorschen, and the last one, Rana. And this one here is a small tiny fortified farm area known as Kadja. And on today's battlefield, these are non-linear fortifications, and this is a strong point. This village here, Großgorschen, was quite spread out and not that well suited to defence. So normally we would probably class that as a BUA in DBN terms. But today, because it wasn't particularly well built for natural defence and sprawling in its nature, we've got 2 adjacent non-linear fortifications, which makes it less of a formidable feature to attack, but still covers the area that it would have occupied. This river here is impassable. The French will be having reserves coming on from this point, and all the Allies will be deployed over here. The game will last 12 turns, and the victory conditions are that the Allies under Marshal Blucher must capture all 3 of these villages, including both, so in other words 4 non-linear fortifications to win the game within 12 game turns, because this battle is fought for the first 3 or 4 hours of the Battle of Lutzen. The reason it stops after game turn 12 is because at that point Napoleon will arrive on the battlefield with his bigger army, including his guard, and the complete face of the battle will completely change. So we're fighting the first 3 or 4 hours of the Battle of Lutzen. Okay, let's now have a look at the troops that are involved in today's battle. Okay, here we have Ney's 3rd Corps for the battle. As you can see in DBN terms, this is quite a large infantry corps, and it consists of in total 16 musket units in total. I'll just explain the breakdown in a minute. But only 1 unit of cavalry, light cavalry, who actually move as heavy cavalry because their mounts were so poor, and 1 unit of foot artillery. And there's Marshal Ney himself. This corps were all, a vast majority of them, were new conscripts, the Marie-Louise recruits who had had very little, if hardly any, training. The cadres were very inexperienced as well. These were new troops to the battlefield, a lot very young and not that fit. and it will prove that some of them fought very bravely and very hard, and some of them ran away at the first shot. So a very inexperienced novice corps, lots of infantry, but not a lot of quality. So let's quickly have a look what we've got here. There's Marshal Ney. I've split into two halves here. This front half are the ones that are on for initial deployment on the battlefield. These will all be camped around the villages on the battlefield, and the second half here are the ones that will be marching on as reinforcements. And what we've got here, initially deployed, is 6 units of militia class muskets and 2 units of regular muskets. These regular muskets, in fact, were just had better cadres, slightly better trained, some had more experience, and the vast majority of them were the Leger light infantry regiments who were had better cadres and slightly better trained and a little bit better motivated. So these are regular muskets and these are militia class muskets, and exactly the same for the reinforcements: 2 regular muskets and 6 militia class muskets. So that is Ney's force for the Battle of Lutzen, or for the first 3 hours of Lutzen. Let's now have a look at the Allies. A slightly more interesting force. Here's Marshal Blucher, and he's defender of the what corps was it? It was the First Corps, the Prussian First Corps. It's the Prussian First Corps with some Russian reinforcements. We have 1 unit of foot artillery, 2 units of horse artillery, one of which is Russian, 3 units of light cavalry, one of which is Russian, a unit of Cossacks, irregular cavalry, and the main infantry block here we have 2 musket elites. One of them was actually the Prussian Guard, and the other one was Combined Grenadiers. So that's 2 musket elites, 4 regular muskets, and 2 Jaegers, one of which is the Prussian Guard Jaegers. That's these fellas. So that is the Prussian corps for the battle. An interesting dynamic with the Blucher character. For those that know the DBN scenarios, Blucher, I don't know if we can see him here, but he can become detached from the base, because this base is Blucher and Neys now is Chief of Staff. This base will give you +1. It's a good CNC base. However, if Blucher is detached, he can attach himself to an infantry, to a unit, and lead them in combat like a special ADC would do, and he would give them +2 in close combat. However, Guys now would lose his +1. So this base would then become a par, a 0, and Blucher would be +2 in close combat. The problem is with Blucher, of course, is he has to test if he's winner or loser in combat to see if he's killed. So it's a risky strategy for any commander. But he sits nicely on that base, and there's my Blucher base. Okay. So there's the troops. Let's get our troops deployed on the battlefield. Okay, so here we have the troops deployed on the field, and Mark has decided to be the French and defending. So hi Mark.
Hello.
Yeah, and we'll now go over to the deployment, and Mark will tell you about his deployment.
This is Neys' last stand at Lutzen. So we have 4 NLFs, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 1 strong point to defend against the advancing, mainly Prussian army. This looks the size of a BUA, but it's actually 2 separate NLFs to reflect the fact that Lutzen itself wasn't really built up. Initial deployment is 2 French line beside each NLF at the front, ready to deploy into them. 1 French militia ready to deploy into here, another French militia ready to deploy into here. with 2 French militia columns in support. 1 cavalry as reserve.
Militia class.
Militia class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were Marie Louise type troops.
Yeah, remember them. French coming on. Mr. Ney doesn't come on until turn 4. French troops coming on at this point here as reinforcements is 1 foot gun, 2 line class musketeers, and 2 for 6 militia class musketeers. Each French unit costs an extra cap, or French formation costs an extra cap, to move for turn 1, 2 and 3 to reflect the fact that Ney doesn't arrive until turn 4.
Okay, brilliant.
How was that?
Okay, right. Well, here's my my corps deployed. This is Blucher's 1st Prussian Corps, supported by a small Russian cavalry division. According to the scenario, I have to deploy in 3 lines. So that's my 1st line. That's the troops that have to be in the 1st line. That's the troops that have to be in the 2nd line, and that's the final troops in the 3rd line, which is the Russian cavalry, small Russian cavalry division. So I've formed my infantry up into attack columns for obvious reasons, because I'm going to have to storm into these villages. Time will prove to be tight. I've only got 12 game turns in which to achieve quite a lot. So I've got to get stuck in, because as I previously explained, from game turn 13, Napoleon and his guard will start to arrive. So I've got to get a move on. Blucher and Gage now combined gives me a +1 to my cap throw each game turn. So hopefully that the cap throws will go my way. I can crack on and storm into these villages. Okay, we're about ready for the 1st game turn. Okay, so game turn 1, Mark with the French goes first, and you get +2 on the 1st dice throw, but everything costs double.
Everything costs an extra cap.
Everything got an extra cap.
As they react to the Prussians arriving. 5, 6, 7.
7.
3 turns of them.
So you got 3 movements basically.
1 into the NLF.
Yeah.
1 into that NLF.
Yeah.
And which one to go for? This one.
Okay.
That's my 3 movements.
Yeah. So Mark's firing, hasn't got any. I'm moving, so he doesn't fire.
Yeah.
So that's the end of your phase then.
Yeah.
Over to me, and I get +1 for Blucher and Gage now, each turn.
Get on.
I hope that's not a sign of things to come.
Hope it is.
So I've got 2 actions. So with 1, I will advance my column, which were 400 apart, so they're now 200. Yeah.
And within shooting range, is it?
And within shooting range,
Yeah.
but you've just moved in, you haven't occupied.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to shoot at the moment.
That won't happen until next turn.
No, that's
My
1.
next turn.
So I've got 1 more. So I will move this force forward. So, sadly, I'd like to have done an awful lot more, but I threw a blooming 1.
Does happen.
It does happen. Far too often. So I had to leave him behind because he couldn't keep up. So that's my 2 actions. So my firing, again, I have nothing to fire at because Mark's troops have moved inside the NLF but haven't occupied it yet until Mark's turn, so there's nothing to shoot at. So that's it. That's the end of game turn 1. Okay, Mark's got it there.
One to here.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Game turn 2.
Game turn 2. Over
It's
to
worth
Mark.
keeping a note of the game turns because things happen on turn 1.
Yes.
My troops come on.
yeah, are available to come on.
Available to come
Yeah,
on.
you
But
need
they cost 2 caps as well
Yeah, yeah,
until turn 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, how was about that then?
Oh, look at that. This
What
is
a
Mark's
bonus.
famous dice.
It's actually
We'll
your
see.
dice.
Yeah.
One idea, if you can, with putting troops into NLFs before you occupy it, is to try and put them towards the back of the base when they move in.
Yeah,
As should them with them like that to
Yeah.
show that they haven't occupied, and then move them to the forward bit
to show
in the
that they
turn when
have.
they do occupy.
Yeah, yeah, one,
It's just
yeah.
a simple way of remembering.
Yeah,
So I've rolled a 6, so I've got 3 actions I can do because each action costs 2.
yeah,
They're already stood where they are because they're ready to support whichever NLF gets attacked first.
yeah. So you've got these boys.
So I've got 4 caps left. Each movement costs 2.
2. So you could whiz down the road if you wanted.
It could. Napoleonic artillery on road
3.
300. Infantry's 400, isn't it?
Yeah,
So we'll start the French column of reinforcements coming on down the road and we'll move them.
and they're the good boys.
They're the good boys, yeah. We'll move them once. For 2 caps. Puts us down to 2. And then we'll move them again. Better to move past that, won't they? To there. Less than 400, but they can't move any closer because of them. For another 2 caps. And the rest of them.
Why don't they move any closer?
Only because I want to swing them out next.
Oh, right, you're going to be able to.
Some
Yeah. Wow, that's certainly. Well, you've done as good as you can.
Yeah, they'll be following on behind.
Yeah,
That's my move 2.
yeah.
I do have some shooting.
You now have some shooting. Yeah, fairly crucial shooting, I think, at this early stage.
So I will shoot. Targets have to shoot nearest to nearest within 300.
Yeah,
This line infantry and this NLF here
Yeah.
against the head of that column
yeah,
with this NLF in support.
yes, yeah. You can choose the cavalry if you want.
I think not.
Okay.
Obvious reasons. I could, but I'm not going to.
So, do we show this? Yeah, why not? Just to start off with.
Oh,
So, Mark starts off on a 4.
Put them on. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mark starts on a 4. The Prussians column starts off on a 4. Mark's got 1 support, so the Prussians are down to a 3. And the Prussians are firing into cover, so they're down to a 1. A
Good
little
shot
bit
to the head.
nasty. Prussians can't, or can they? Ooh, nearly, but not quite. These could have fired into, well, no, they couldn't fire in support, but they can get, same as this artillery is now going to be able to fire there, but
Yes.
okay, so there
it's
you
a
have it.
4-1.
4-1 to Mark.
Ooh,
Oh, look at that. There you go.
Right,
That's a draw.
shit.
Hmm,
Don't like that.
I like that.
Should have blasted you away and caused at least
Yeah,
one hit.
it should have
wasn't
done.
it?
Yeah, shoulda, coulda.
Should have, but didn't.
Right, so my firing that hasn't already fired, and the only thing is my foot gun, who will fire onto the cover there.
Yep.
Okay,
So I'm on a 4.
Mark's on a 4 again. I start off on a 3, but firing into cover down to a 1. Ooh.
6-5. Fluff.
Fluff on Mark.
Well, to say fluff, it should be a hit.
A hit. Yeah, we should say hit.
A hit on that one there from his artillery.
Wow, good shooting by the artillery. Opening shot.
Yes.
So that's it for turn 2
2.
from Mark.
Yeah.
So it's over to me for blue shirt and guys now. Who throws a 4, goes up to a 5. That's a bit better. So I think for 5 that's got to be 1. Bang. in there.
There is no point standing outside on the left's being shot at because you will generally lose. You may as well just get in as soon as you can.
Yeah. That is for 2. That is 3. That is 4. And 300. That is 5. And I'll move his 1 intrinsic. The Cossacks get 1 intrinsic movement for 500 paces, which I forgot to do last turn. But there you go, fog of war. So that's my 5. Okay, shooting. Yeah.
So you're firing first then?
So my firing first. So the only one that he can fire and he can fire,
yeah.
But he'll have to fire over there because he's in his way.
Yeah.
So he'll fire on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jaegers start on a 2.
Jaegers start on a 2, but these are guard Jaegers. Ooh. So they're on to a 3, but -2 firing into cover. So they're down to a 1. Mark starts on a 4.
Yeah.
And that's it again. Good old 4-1 again. Ooh. Ooh.
8-7. Close.
Close,
But no bananas.
but no bananas.
You don't take it because are you out of range? You're in range.
Oh, am I out of range? No, I'm out of range, am I? Yeah.
You're out of range of mine, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
I'll
just
take it.
defending.
Yeah, you're just defending.
So if you had artillery shot on these ones,
Yeah.
I'm on a 4.
Yeah,
I'm on
and-
3 for militia.
Oh, yes.
3 for militia.
And I'm on a 1 because I'm fighting into cover.
Start at a 3,
Yeah.
down to 1.
Oh,
6-4.
not good enough.
You missed.
Okay, that's my firing.
I don't have any.
You don't have any because you're out of range.
Out of range, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just close combat then. So here's the first close combat here, the assault on the eastern half of Grodovich, whatever it's called. So I start off on, my muskets are on a 4, +2 for an attack column. So I'm on a 6.
I'm on a 4 muskets, +1 for being in the village, 5.
You're on a 5. So Mark's on a 5, I'm on a 6.
6-5 Prussians.
Ooh. Ooh. I win.
11-9.
Yeah. Mark, you're pushed back. Take a hit and pushed 100 paces back from the village. Thank you. And a fluff on Mark. I will
Very
advance into the middle of the village, but obviously I don't occupy it. I don't occupy it yet. I've just moved into it. And that's the end of turn 2.
2 on the lefts together.
Yes.
Occupied by 2 sides.
Yeah, they basically shoot at each other and neutralise each other.
Shooting's ineffectual.
Yeah, yeah. They're just occupied, you know, because that's their nearest target. They will be busy doing that.
Do they give the other and the left a -1 in close combat?
Yes.
Because they're abutting each other?
Yeah, because in close combat, because you're occupied
Yes.
them, so it reduces you by 1 in
That's
close
right.
combat. But obviously, at the moment, we're not shooting at each other because I'm just inside,
Yes, not having it occupied.
having not occupied. Once occupied,
So if I was to attack it now, I'd be going into bad going and you'd be in bad going,
yes.
which is an option. Let's see how we do. That was turn 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's turn 3. Ooh. So that's nothing.
It is, isn't it?
No movement.
Yeah, of course, it costs 2 to do anything. Well, so that's my turn over then.
That's your turn over then.
If you do.
Mark your firing. You can.
My NLF could fire at your
They
outside ones.
shoot them at the outside. Yeah.
Yes.
And I would say they can't fire back
Because
their front face is into the village. They're abutting the back of the village. You're firing into the side
the
here.
side, aren't we?
Yeah, and there's no way I can fire back at you, so I'm
Okay.
just defending.
So
But obviously I'll fire these in support.
So you'll be defending on a 4
So I'm on a 4
because you're not shooting back.
because I'm not shooting back, which is,
Slide.
yeah,
I'm on a 4,
yeah,
-1 from your support.
yeah.
So I'm on a 3, they're on a 4, but they're just defending.
Yeah.
8.
Cock
If
dice.
you wanted to be.
Ooh.
8-7. Fluff
Yeah,
on you.
fluff on me. Okay. These are your best troops in there at the moment.
Yeah, no. These are my best trips, not in
Yeah, yeah. So that's your firing, Mark.
Yep. Yeah.
Over to me. Well,
He's fired in support.
he's
isn't
fired in support. It's just the gun to fire, isn't it?
he? Yep.
So I'll fire the gun again over there.
I'm on a 3.
You're on a 3 and I'm on a 1 because I'm firing into cover. Ooh.
Dear, oh dear.
Ah.
Join the brigade wheels, that'll be low ammunition.
Was it? Right, so
That's my turn,
that was
over.
your turn. Over to me then on turn 3. 4 up to a 5. Jolly good. So, I think I'm still out of range there to storm in, but I'm going to keep up the momentum, as they say. So he goes forwards to there for 1.
When you're advancing against NLFs or BUAs, it's best to have some fire support to protect your attack column, basically, from being shot at from here in the first round. There's a fire support.
He's heading off in this direction. I'll move them. So I'm moving these separate, so that's moved off at 3. They're going to move off at separately at 2. So I've got enough caps for all that so far. So I've gone 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. They're sort of getting in the way a bit at the moment. But
People often do.
4. 5. And then I'll move my Cossacks.
Free move for the Cossacks, you have 1 intrinsic cap per formation.
So that's my 5 actions. Thank you very
Well done.
much.
That seems to be coming on nicely.
My they now
Well, okay.
are occupied.
Yeah.
So now these two neutralise each other from a firing point of view, because they're busy just shooting at each other.
Does that mean they can't shoot out at somebody else?
That means they can't shoot out at somebody else. So if
Sure.
I shoot at him, he's just defending.
Are we sure that's what it says?
Yeah. Because you must fight your closest target.
Which would be the NLF joining, won't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right there.
Yeah, it doesn't. I probably might do in there.
What was it?
So he fires on him.
Yep.
Yeah. With him in support.
Yep.
And you're just defending because you're busy in combat with him.
Because I have an NLF next to me.
Yeah.
Occupying my business.
Yeah.
So I'm on a 4.
Yeah.
-1 for the NLF abutting me. -1 for your support.
No, only in close combat.
Only in close combat, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on a 4 down to 3 because of
My support.
5 support from this.
Yeah. So Mark's on a 3.
You're firing on a 4.
I'm on a 5 because
Because you
I is guard. I is grenadiers at the front.
Grenadiers. Down to a 3.
Down to a 3 for firing to
Firing
cover.
village.
So it's a 3-3.
Oh, have that. Get
Oh.
out. Get out, you smelly dog. Missed.
Missed. I certainly am. On him then again. I'm down to a 1.
Number 3.
3.
5.
That's twice I've done that in a row.
Good.
They're crap. So that's all my firing. Mark, any firing from you?
No.
No.
Ranges him and he has no
And
firing ability.
no combat because
No.
these are just doing their thing. So that's the end of game turn 3.
Game turn 4.
Game turn 4, and Marshal Ney will turn up.
Does he turn up at the beginning of the turn or the end
At
of
the
the turn?
beginning, I believe. Yeah, 'cause from turn 4, I think it
Right.
is, isn't it? Yeah.
Does he give a plus to the pip dice?
No, he's just not a minus.
Unlucky.
Because he is barking mad by this point.
Yes.
I think the frost got to his brain in retreat from Moscow.
Wouldn't be surprised. So we won't be sticking him into combat just yet.
No.
We'll
Yeah,
place
he
him.
can deploy anywhere except in contact with the enemy.
We place him here.
Yeah.
You can see just about everybody
Yeah. Okay. And you got what? You threw a 3.
through 3.
So you got 3. Okay, game turn 6. Over to Mark
French.
and the French. Oh, Marshal Ney. What a disappointment.
My goodness.
Got so much to do.
Bloody use, isn't it? Certainly useless. That's so bad. I'm stunned. Gobsmacked. I don't know what to do.
Oh, you can't really do much, can you? So it doesn't really matter.
They're already in combat because
Yeah.
these ones automatically occupy at this turn.
Yeah.
They're up to the base, so they're combating there.
Yeah.
They moved in your last turn, so they
Yeah.
haven't yet occupied,
No.
have they?
No. So it's your...
So there's
You-
no point attacking it yet
well,
because
you-
you aren't there.
No. I mean, it...
Could either they're slightly out or slightly in, one or the other. They could move in towards, couldn't they? They need to move to attack it as a column though. On the other hand, I could do with moving these out, but that's going to cost too much, and moving them up. Doing a day for you. I want to do this, that, and the other.
Yeah, you
But
can only
then
do
that
one
makes a
thing.
shoot at them,
Yeah, yeah.
and we can't. They're going to get shut up once anywhere going in, aren't they? No, hang on.
No, if you move up, can you reach the outskirts? But if you move up, you're like in the same scenario here in the next game turn.
Will I still count as a column?
I think so,
In my
because it's
last-
what you did in
my-
your last move.
That's it. In my last move, I am a column moving forward. Columns have to move forward, don't they?
So
And then
yes,
you'll automatically be into combat. So in my last turn,
Yeah.
I moved. So it is an advantage moving in now. Then, isn't
yeah, it
it?
is.
It will count as a column.
Yeah,
Well done.
and obviously I'm missing out the chance of shooting at you
Because you
I
haven't
haven't
occupied it.
occupied it.
You will occupy it. into
As I
combat.
occupy it, boom,
Yes.
you're storming in.
And so yeah, that works out quite nicely.
Mm.
So that's my Mahusiv 1.
But this is my grenadiers.
I know, shockingly scary. So there's
There's
my
your one.
My shooting.
Yes.
These again.
That's a
3-3.
3-3.
Oh, don't count them.
I throw a 5.
Oh! This
Oh!
dice is abysmal. They're not shooting at each other.
No.
They're combating.
Yeah.
That's my shooting done.
Okay.
Over to yours.
So my shooting is him on him.
Yeah.
So I'm on a 2. Mark, you're on
On a
a 4, just defending.
4 up to 5.
2
up to 3.
3. Ooh,
Missed.
missed.
Your gun.
Me gun.
You could have fired your gun in support of them.
I could have done.
Could have done.
Yes.
Didn't need to.
No,
That's a point
I
worth
could have done.
considering.
3-1 again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
Blimey neck.
Not bad.
So that's the firing done.
Fighting.
Combat ski.
Combat ski.
This here.
Yeah.
So
I'm on a 3.
you're on a 3 plus 1 for the village.
Up to 4.
Up to a 4. But down to a 3 because I've got support.
Yeah.
And I'm on a 4.
Oh dear. 4-3.
4-3 to me.
This village being occupied doesn't count because it's not yet occupied.
No, so I
Until-
can't reduce.
Until your go.
Yeah.
7.
Cock.
If you say so.
Oh!
Get out. 10-7. You beat me, I take a hit and recoil.
Yeah.
I think one of those behind will have to recoil as well, won't
Yes.
to make space
Yes.
for you to come out.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't. You have to do it.
Will they
take a
both
test.
have to?
I would.
Or one?
Well, 1.
But just one to make
Yeah.
space, isn't
Yeah. Yeah.
it? So he comes out and ends up a base depth back.
Yeah.
There's a base depth back. There's base depth back. He recoils, comes out, and goes back a base depth. Pushes them back and takes a hit.
Takes a hit. And
You
I
go in.
go in. Wow, that was a good one to win.
Isn't it?
Mm.
Leaves his casualty marker hanging on a 3.
Yeah.
Always a good move. You have to watch for these sneaky moves on occasion.
You've got to get it where you can.
That's it.
Wow. So that's backwards and forwards.
Isn't it? You've got both of them at the moment.
At the moment, I've got both, yeah. But that might just be changing.
Let's see.
Okay,
Your turn.
over to me on turn 6.
Yep.
4 becomes a 5. Well done, old Blution guys now. They've done very well so far. I'm pleased with that.
So he occupies
yeah.
automatically.
Yeah,
Shuffle him to the front.
yeah. And what I will do is I will move him to there. I don't want to get. I won't be in contact. That'll mask him though, won't it? That masks him. That's a bit of a pointless exercise. In fact, no.
There's the 2 front points. This point and that point.
Yeah, I've got to see
have
two.
to see the 2 front points of that, don't they?
At least half of the base. Half
Oh, we
of
said
it.
this a while ago.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's
That's
okay.
a big thing.
Yeah. That's 1. That's what I want to do. 2. 3. 4. 5. Yeah. And my jolly old Cossacks. Doing what they do best, just be a frigging nuisance. Okay. My firing. They're in combat. So he fires on him with a gun in support.
Yeah.
He is the guard Guard Jaegers.
Because you're out of range.
Yeah.
I'm just defending.
Yeah. So I'm on a 3 for being Guard Jaegers. -2 finding to cover. I'm on a 1.
I'm on a 3.
1 support.
2.
You're on a
I'm
2.
defending on a 2-1.
Yeah. There you go.
Never thought of that. 8-5. I sure was firing back. Any more firing from yours?
Yes, indeedy
Is
deedy.
there? Take it right within 200 of there.
I think they are now. Yes.
Yes.
So he will be firing at him, won't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's
he
2 points.
fires at him first of all. I'm on a 3
Yeah. I'm on a 4 being canistered.
down to a 3.
Down to 3.
3.
Partly in cover.
Oh!
Oh. Hang on. Check the range on that one.
Yeah.
No, would have just not. Would have been good though.
Right, he's on a 4. Finding to cover down to a 2.
Yep.
Mark their militia troops.
On
So
3.
you're on a 3.
1 support.
1 support.
2.
2. So that's a
2,
2 on that one.
Oh.
Ooh, 5-4.
Shocking.
This is how you approach built-up areas. You need support in fire as you go in. Non-linear fortifications and built-up areas. Okay, so that's all my firing.
My firing from here onto them.
Yes,
3,
'cause you were
3.
only defending, weren't you?
That's right.
Oh, this
3 shots if
I know. Yeah. These militia.
Well, I suppose.
Militia class. Right, combat ski then.
This one is, isn't it?
Yeah, so I
This
start
one
off.
isn't because you haven't yet occupied it.
That's right. Yeah, so I can't. I can't support that combat anyway.
No, you can't anyway.
No.
So you start on a 5.
Yeah,
one
go up
five.
to a
Oh, yeah.
6 because I'm defending the
That's it.
village.
I'm on a 4 up to 6 column.
6
It's one of those that
6.
would have been good to have another unit here
Yes.
supporting it. Would have put you down one, but didn't.
Yeah. So 6 we're talking about here. Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Very nice.
I lost.
So
Scroll back one.
Mark takes a hit and recoils and must test for the unit behind as well.
No, I don't.
Oh, no, so I'm
Haven't
talking.
destroyed,
Sorry, I
have I?
beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Yes, only if you destroyed.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting
Takes a
overexcited.
hit and recoils and doesn't
Yeah.
test for the unit behind.
Yeah.
Let's have it that way.
Ah, well done, my grenadiers.
Yeah. Well, they had grenadiers, I suppose.
But you can come storming back again
With 2 columns. But
with 2 columns. Yeah.
if I get the right dice rolls.
Mm.
That's the end of your turn, is it?
That's the end of game turn 6
So just turn it around, we've done 6.
and to 7.
Turn 7.
Ooh.
Well, Mark 2, I mean. Do I attack both? Well, you've got to attack both of them already. Straight forward.
Yeah,
Because it's got to
yeah.
be 100 paces in
Yeah,
thingy, isn't it?
yeah. It's got to be 100 pace. Yeah.
So there we are. Attacking them on, that's for 1. What do I do now? Where's my other 1? They're only Cossacks. Last statement I've said no one ever. We'll move these 200. Keeping rather away from them in case they recoil. And I think seeing as they were off the road and they were on the road, they'd be indifferent.
So you're firing them,
My
Mark.
firing these ones onto those ones.
So that's 3-3 again.
Are you firing in support? Or
And I
not?
will fire. I'll fire both in support.
Both. So you're defending on a 3, be cavalry. I'm shooting at you with a 1.
Yeah. So it's 3-1 to me.
You.
Yeah, that should do it.
Sorted. Shooting here.
Yeah.
Spears.
Yeah.
I'm on a 3 down to 1, down to 2 for your support.
Yeah.
and you're on a 4 down to 2 because you're shooting into a village.
Yeah, so
2-2
we're on
again.
we're on a 2-2.
And a bishop.
Yeah,
Desmond.
Desmond.
Desmond 2-2.
4 is my total. Mark can't get the dice on the table.
Hey!
Oh, it's nearly a 1.
6-4. Have a fluff.
I'll have a hit on there then. Very good.
It's my shooting. Done. Fighting. Done. Your shooting. Can't.
I can shoot there. I can see 2 points.
Yeah. I'm within 300.
It doesn't matter.
You're not.
I can't canister because if you're in cover, canistering don't count.
If you were, you'd have to have shot and supported them, wouldn't you?
Oh right, if I yeah.
Which would have discounted it, but yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So you're on a 3 down to 1.
1, yeah.
I'm on a 3.
3-1 to Mark.
5.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
5.
close. 5-5.
Ooh, close. That's it. So it's fighting. It's
Okay.
combat ski.
Let's work it out and see which one's the best for me, because it's up to me. He's on a 6
Yeah.
column. The other one is on a 5 up to 6 because you're in the
So that's
village.
a 6-6.
6-6. Militia column on a 5.
Yeah.
You're on a 4 up to a 5.
Up to
defending
5.
down to 4 for my support.
Yeah.
So that's 6-6 and that's
5-4.
4. So we do the 5-4 one first.
Okay, that first one combat here is a 5-4 to Mark.
9-4.
Oh.
4-9-6. Good effort.
So
Get out.
that's me pushed out, and Mark moves in.
You take a fluff.
I take a fluff. Mm.
But they don't affect that combat yet because they haven't yet occupied it.
That's correct. Mundo.
Well, that's why things weren't up against, because the bayonets are sticking out.
Mm.
They are up against.
Yeah.
Sometimes these games be defending a line or an area of NLF's villages. It's whether you move back and defend or keep the defence forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depends which way it goes, really, as to what happens.
6-6, Mark.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh.
So excited he's knocked my whole division over. Hey! 6-6, 11-7.
11-7.
Quite a good beat, but not quite good enough.
So he'll have to push them boys back. And he goes back with them to there. And I take a fluff.
He goes in.
He goes in, but I's coming back in. Not as an attack column, of course, because you can't have attack columns in bad going.
Ooh, pardon
So
me.
I've got to come inside, haven't I?
Yes, that's right, because neither of them, this just happened just now, hasn't it? Neither of them are yet occupying it in your next turn,
No.
until my next turn. That's
Mm.
right. So if you come back in, we'll both be in bad going.
Yeah.
But I also get a +1 for defending, don't I?
No, only in built-up areas.
So
you
you
get
build
that.
up
Yeah.
areas. How sly.
Yeah.
You just changed that rule, haven't you? That was
Okay.
my turn, so
That's the end of your turn. It's
Your
my
turn, 7.
my turn 7. Ooh, 4 becomes a 5. Thank you very much. So for 1, he goes straight back in because he didn't like the indignity of that. That's 1. Leaves me with 4. He's gonna do.
Did you roll a 5?
I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Goes up to 5.
Yeah.
So he's going to do that.
All piling in.
That's another 1. So it leaves me with 3. It's got. I don't know if I want to actually. I could move these in here, and it would be. We'd both tough because you're militia and I'm not, but I'm shaken, so we'll be on evens. So it'd be a good one for me to win.
Be 1-1, wouldn't it?
But it'd be a nasty
Good
one.
one for you to win, but
Nasty one to lose.
Well, to be fair, if you're taking the hit, you're dead anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll go for it. It's going to cost
you should,
2 to put him in
because he's disordered.
because he's shaken. That leaves me with one more action, which I'm going to have to move my cavalry out the way this time. So I'll move my Cossacks first of all. There. And one more action will put these boys.
Are they?
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Because they're not formed troops, they're irregulars, so it'll cost 2 to move them, wouldn't it? Because they're what's called an isolated unit. So if there's no friends within 300, no formed troops within 300 paces of them, because Cossacks don't count, then it will cost 2 to move. So I can't afford that. I've only got 1 left. So I'm going to have to just move these boys up and just try and hopefully that they will keep going for another.
Well, they survived 3 rounds.
Yeah, they've survived 3 rounds and they've got plenty of support at the moment. Right, that's it.
Your shooting.
My shooting. So I will shoot. Oh, do I want? I'm gonna have to support them again. I think that's the best way.
Is this one of them where if you're within 300 you have to shoot?
It probably is.
So your skirmishers are, but your gun isn't.
Yeah.
So you can choose to shoot or not, and then save your gun to support the cavalry. But
Yeah.
you can't choose to.
Yeah. Ignore
Those are already
that. So
blazing away, aren't
they
they?
have to shoot at them anyway.
Yes.
So they, being guard Jaegers, they start off on a 3, so they end up on a 1 because they're shooting into cover, and Mark's on a 3.
Yes,
You-
I'm
you-
not
you-
shooting
you-
back.
you're
so
not-
I'm just defending.
Yeah,
aren't I?
Mark's just defending on a 3, and I'm on a 1.
6.
Right.
6-2.
Yeah, there you go. So
Would
he's
have been nice if I was shooting.
yeah.
Yeah. Any more shootings from yous?
Yeah, him at him.
Yes, it will be. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on a 3.
I'm on a 4.
Four.
Being canistered down to 3.
Yeah, so it's 3-3 for this combat. Oh, and as even.
Saved. Over to me.
Over to you, Mark, for shooting. Him against him. You got no choice. You fight the closest, don't you?
Yep.
That's the closest.
I'm on a 3. He's on a 3.
I fire him in support.
I'm on a 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice try that.
Yeah.
3-2 to you.
3-2 to me. Oh.
3-2 to you. So you're on a 4. I'm on a 5.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Eventually.
1 hit comes up. And that nicely equates to 4 rounds of musket fire from a village
Yeah.
occupied by militia.
Yeah.
1 fluff. Have that. So this was your turn, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's
So you
plenty of
decide
combats.
what
We've got
you're
3
doing.
combats. We've got the Grenadiers of Storm back in here.
Well, one
These
back in.
these boys there who were shaken have been encouraged to attack back into there.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a big assault into here.
Yeah.
I'll do this one here first because potentially it's good for my morale. I start off on a 6 for an attack column. Yeah.
Yeah. You start off on a 3 for militia,
Yeah.
up to 4 for defending a village,
Yeah.
down to 3
Down.
for your support, down to 2
Yeah.
for your support. Using cavalry supporting attacking on the left. Well, it's a bit, you know, desperate. 6-2.
6-2.
Perhaps I shouldn't have been there.
9.
9-2, 9-7.
Ooh.
Takes a hit,
Takes a hit.
retires out of it. 1 base depth,
Yeah.
takes a hit.
They go in. Thank you very much. And they go forwards. Ah. First one to me there. Let's see how this goes. Right, I'll do my grenadiers in there.
Yeah.
So I'm on a 5 for grenadiers, in bad going on a 3.
I'm on a 4 for line, in bad going on a 2. 3-2. 6-5. Have that.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
A bit harsh that.
I thought so. Do I automatically occupy it now?
No, because we're
No,
fighting in the middle,
combat
weren't we?
in the middle,
Yeah.
Still have to wait till my turn until
Yeah,
it dies.
yeah, that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Mm.
But well, if you're occupying it to begin with, then they would then support that combat.
Oh yes, yeah.
If you're
we do,
occupying it.
Yeah. Right, next combat.
Next combat is I'm on a. We're both on a 1.
You're on a 4,
Yeah,
shaken 3,
yeah,
bad going 1.
yeah.
And militia 3, bad going -2, 1.
1-1.
1-1.
1-1. I think someone's going to die here.
You might do.
1-1.
Cock.
Cock.
Definitely cock.
Oh, it's got. We've got in our rules. We say it's got to land flat on the table when me and Mark are playing. Oh!
But we're on a 1-1.
1-1. Yes!
Oh,
The gods are on my
1-1,
side.
3-2. How awful.
Oh, right, yeah. 1-1. So that's
So you
3-2.
win.
Yeah.
You win, so you take casualty marker
Yeah.
off yours. You become unshaken.
Yes.
I take a hit and retire out of it again.
Mm. Yeah. I see one destroyed then, because we both threw 4 dice.
Yeah.
But my shaken's gone off there, so their morale has shot up, which is quite nice.
So one of the more difficult next time.
Mm.
That's a good one to win. That would have been.
So-
you had to roll more than 2.
We've both got 1.5 again each, but at
Yeah.
the moment neither of us are occupying it at this stage.
That's
We're
it.
both inside, recovering from the scrap that we've been having,
Yeah,
and I've just took that one.
yeah, we can have that one.
Right.
To finish from that.
So that's the end of game turn 7. Game turn 8.
Over to me.
Yeah.
Hey, finally.
Finally.
Now he's got his brain together. So it's my turn. So I occupy that one.
Yeah.
But
That's
there's
now.
any further. Turn 12.
Turn 12.
The last one. Well, it's the end of the turn, isn't it? So,
It's the end of the game. Yeah, last
oh,
game
it's the end
turn.
of the turn, won't you?
Yeah. 2.
If they are side on with them,
Yeah.
with the village, can they move into that village?
No. No.
Yeah, they can. Gotta be
Oh,
really
move the.
full.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, of course, can move sideways. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're in it, but not yet occupied.
Yes. Yeah.
That'll be for 1.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can see what you're going to do. Chop my cavalry in next go.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got my cavalry in the village.
Mm. Yeah, desperate, clinging at straws.
They're now occupying.
So actually, I could have moved them forward, but further forward, because for me to attack you in there, I'd have to be. I've got to be able to move inside. So my
Ah,
rear
yes.
base has to get to there.
Yes, if you go
Um,
in.
So I don't think I can do it. No. My plan was I'd just,
Right,
but I'm not going to be able to. So I'm not going to be able to get inside.
Right,
So you're now occupying both.
That's it. There's no more attacks coming in there, is there? You can move to there. Not much point really. For 1, can I get someone in to get a shot at somebody? Do I want to? Yeah, why not? But I don't want to be too close because I want you. Oh, come on, you fat breath. To be shooting at him, don't I? Right, so he's still nearest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my last 2.
Okay. So firing.
Ma shooting. He's not in range, is he?
No.
So he hasn't got a target.
No.
He has a target, and his nearest one is him.
Yeah. With him in support. Yeah.
Yeah. And him in support.
And him in support. Yeah.
So I'm on a 4,
Yeah.
down to 3 because of your support.
Yeah.
This is this one here.
Yeah.
You're on a
I
2.
start off on a 2. Into cover down to a 0.
Support
-1.
-1.
So it's 3
3
minus
-1.
1. Yeah,
Right.
it's the
Yeah,
best.
because you only started 2 anyway. Then.
Yeah, the Jaegers.
Yeah. 3 -1.
So I end up on a 4. Is
Really?
my final
What's that
score.
called? What's that called?
I don't
What do you
know.
think, viewer? What's that? Just poo it, let him go away. 8-4.
8-4.
You can have that double.
Yeah.
2
I
fours.
take 1 and
Oh, that's it.
and
Take 1
3
and 1
again,
away,
don't
isn't
I?
it? Yeah, of course it is. So.
Right.
My shooting over with. Your shooting remaining is. Oh, no, well, they've
Yeah,
just
yeah,
moved
there's
in,
no-
haven't
since
they?
I've got no target there. So it's over to my last. Oh,
Right.
have I got any shooting yet? Because he's now been revealed, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Interestingly,
Shooting in close combat is as it is now, isn't it?
yeah. So
So he'll be
he
in,
shoots
won't
at
he?
him, and you're just defending
Yes, well done. I'm defending on a 4, you're shooting on a 2.
on a 2. Yeah. Ooh.
Ah!
That would have been
Get
that would have been nice to me, wouldn't it? So it's over to me. Last game turn. I don't think
Yeah.
I can do very much here, do
Well,
you?
not a lot, no.
On a 2,
Up to a 3?
up
Is it
to
a 3?
up to a 3, of course. Yeah,
Grasp at those straws.
yeah. So he can go in there, can he?
And he can go with him. That's
Um,
support.
No, because he'd have to wheel.
Pay for them separately.
Pay from separately, I can. Yes, and that's what I'll have to do, won't I?
He'll get to the corner, won't he?
Yeah, if I pay from separately, because they're both moving in, because
Yeah.
the crabbing, they're moving
Yeah.
diagonally. Yeah, so that costs
He's
2.
corner, he's corner to corner with the on the very edge of that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's on the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for one more, I would love to have put Blucher in. Can he reach?
You tell me.
I reckon
You're being
Blucher,
recorded.
I think. No, so I can't move across you off that.
Can't move across his front.
front,
Well
front.
done.
But what I can do, obviously, is put him in support.
Yes.
So that is my last
Last go.
my
That's
last throw of the dice, as they say.
Good effort. You're shooting.
My shooting.
Because you still haven't occupied yet.
Yeah.
Gun on him.
No, can't. Couldn't last time.
Okay.
It was out of arc.
Yes. Just trying to piss you off. Go on.
Yeah. So it's just combat. It's
Yeah.
that last little bit,
Well
which,
done. I'm
which
not
is not
shaking, am
enough to win. But
I'm on a 4. You're
Yeah.
fighting with him.
yeah,
I'm on a 5.
you're on a 5 because you're defending a built-up area.
You're on a 4. You've got 2
Max
supports.
on a 5 with 2 supports. Max down to a 3,
Ooh, and you're on a 4.
and I'm on a 4.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah. Mm, 9.
Oh dear. Ah, here we are. Have that.
That's 1 hit each, and
Is it a
and
draw,
it
is it?
fights on. It's a draw.
6, 9. Oh, of course it is. Yeah, yeah.
But it's now, yeah,
1 hit each,
and
and it's a draw.
and it's a fight, and goes on.
Let's put the fluff on just for the sake of it.
I'd like to have got Blucher into combat. That would have been a nice way to finish. But
He'd
there
have
you
died.
go. But he might have died
How
anyway.
many casualties have you had?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 casualties plus the Cossacks and
6
the
of their
guard. Yeah,
Only
so
on
it makes
6.
6.
Then we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But my point was to
To hold
take to reach
villages.
some of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Your thing was to take 3 of them?
No, 4.
4.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. It's an ambitious requirement. The historical story behind, of course, is because that's what they needed to do to be able to be in a strong position to hold back the counter-attack that Napoleon was going to
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
But it's not been achieved. Well, congratulations.
I didn't swear.
Yeah.
Good for
So for you to win, you just had to hang on to what was it?
Well, to stop you winning.
Yeah.
I had to hang on to what am I
But
going with?
the French need to destroy 7 units to win, which you haven't done, or hold at least 2
Right.
NLFs or strong points at the end of turn
Which
12.
they do.
So
The French have actually
so
won.
there could be a draw, is what
Yeah.
the situation. If you hadn't still held 2,
2.
it would be a draw because
Yes.
feasibly it could be empty.
You could have
and-
taken those two and I'd end up with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah. 4, well, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
where you hold 4 of them at the moment, so it's definite victory. So there you go.
Next turn, column attack against them.
Yeah. I knew 3 game turns away that I'd get that. I mean, there's so much backwards and forwards in there. You need, I need to have took it and kept it. But early on, I think you had one at that 6 mid when you got on the cap dice with the 6 and you managed to get the troops in.
Yeah, if they hadn't come up, then it would have been a bit knackering.
Yeah. But I think for the Prussians to win, they need a bit of luck on their side.
Oh yeah, need good dice. But that's a scenario, isn't it?
Yeah.
You remember saying the Prussians to win to take 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of all 5.
No, they've only got to take 4 to win.
Oh, 4 to win, is it?
Yeah,
Right.
they've got to take 4 to win, so 1 they don't have to take, but I've effectively only taken 1.
Yeah.
The best I ever had was 3.
Yes.
So if I had managed to hold on to them,
Mhm.
which it could have gone that way, if I had managed to hold on to them and bit tap that, then that would have been.
Yes.
So it is in the doable, but
Yeah.
you have to have the luck going your way. I mean, you did all your fighting where you could with your best troops, which is obviously the thing to do. You had your best troops here to begin with, and then you had your best troops at the head of the column, and that made the difference. And I just got. I mean, that changed hands 3 or 4 times, both of them, didn't it?
Did I lose a combat going in to take it at all? I can't remember. When you had it when I was attacking it.
Well, certainly when I had my grenadiers or guards in there, and you had the attack column up at you moved your attack column up to the edge of the village, and then I occupied it. You were then bounced off from there, so you lost that one, which in effect was your column attack.
Yeah.
So at least once you lost that going in. I think the honours were even. It was backwards and forwards. I mean, the first time it swapped over, didn't it? You won one side, now won the other.
Yeah.
And the trick, of course, is to have supports when you're going in.
Yeah.
Even if it's horse artillery or Jaegers.
Mm.
I mean, if I was to refight this again, you'd have to plan it a lot more carefully. You know, you've got to really utilise what you've got available.
You could wait a few turns, shoot at them with artillery to cause a hit or two because you can on the lefts.
I should
Perhaps
perhaps.
with Jaegers at longer range, and wait until your columns with supports are absolutely spot on right and go and take it and kill it off.
Yeah, I could have just waited everywhere, couldn't I? I could have manoeuvred over here, used my artillery, and then done it all at once. So, yeah, I think the Prussians can win.
Yeah.
But they've
So
got a
put all
box.
your artillery on one or the other on the flanks.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit less supported, aren't they?
Yeah.
Certainly
yeah.
this one was. I left this one just to its own
Yeah.
devices.
It's easy said
Because
when
you
you
can't be
when
everywhere.
you know you've only got 12 game turns. You think
No, you need to get on
you
there.
need to get on, and you know that you're going to come storming on with loads and loads of troops.
True, that's the difference there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was worth waiting until game 10 or 11 before you attack, get them piled on, take them and hold them. Take them later in the game.
Yeah.
When you're not fighting over them,
Yeah.
are you?
And
You'd have to take them all though and have them, wouldn't you?
yeah. And you.
And not take 7 casualties in the meantime.
Yeah. I mean, I think you did all right for captures because it's at the beginning of the game when everything cost double. You wanted to get inside here.
Well, they did. I got 2 in the first turn.
You move them straight in on the first turn.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, good game.
I'm sure I've done it before. The Prussians have almost won it.
Yeah.
They've got to nearly here, haven't they?
So I'll just give everyone a quick swing around the battlefield
Oh yeah, I'm
for
sorry.
laughs and giggles.
I'll
I'll just okay, just a quick swing round. As you can see, it was a tough old slogging match, backwards and forwards, in and out of the village. That's it, looking from back of French position. There you go. Thank you all very much for watching the video. Hope you enjoy DBN Napoleonic Battle. Until next time, thank you very much.